What's up? What's up? Welcome to week 6 BoomBust Interactive here. We are getting ready to go. I am getting set up on Instagram here so we can take some questions from them over there. We are set up there and ready to go as well. Kyle, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Trying to keep my cough under control again. Got my cough drops. Got a warm beverage this time, so
Yes, sir.
hopefully my voice won't start fading towards the end of this deal this time.
Yeah, keep that throat soothed so that we can chat for however long people want to join us and hang out and
That's
whatnot.
right.
I love it. I love it.
Cockpit James, what's up, brother?
James already in the chat. I love it. How's it going,
And
Cockpit? He just wants to come in and talk trash.
I feel like I haven't talked to him
this
in a
week.
while. Yeah, I feel like I haven't talked to James in a while, man. How you been?
Yeah, he's just here to talk trash. We know why James is actually here.
Yeah, we do, but we love him anyways.
Yeah, James has been on hiatus. He had his number 1 overall draft pick. Had to spend some time with her, so James got married, bro.
Just got married. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fresh. Congratulations.
Where did you honeymoon at?
That's either congratulations or I'm sorry for your loss, however you look at it, I guess.
The old ball and chain, sorry for your life sentence there, James. Just kidding.
He says he got married at the farm, so hosting was a lot of work. I imagine. Yeah, I imagine that was quite a bit of work, man. Weddings ain't easy, that's for sure. But yeah, congratulations. Happy for you.
Did you have a bouquet of wheat or something like there at the farm? Did a yurt glamping kind of thing. I don't know what kind of Canadian weird crap that is that you're
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
Oh, that's funny. Canadians.
Oh, I know what that means. It's like, like in like I don't know how to describe it.
Like a tent?
Like a yurt, like out in the middle of nowhere, just like a little, like almost a hut or whatever.
Okay,
glamping, I think, is like glamorous camping.
I googled it.
So it's like,
but yurt is YURT. So
yeah. It took me a minute, but I'm with it now.
Oh, so there was wheat in the bouquets in the boutonniere. See, I was being kind of silly, but I watched him out working on the farm. He posted some stuff, so I watched that. I knew there was crops
around. Giving fantasy advice on the combine.
Kyle, your video keeps freezing, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, because I'm not having any issues on my end.
If you're set on 1080, you may want to bump that down a little bit and see if that helps at all.
I'm actually on 720 right now.
Interesting.
So
cool.
Anyways, I haven't had any issues on my end, so I don't know what's going on.
Huh. Cool. So maybe it's on my end then. If what's up, chat? How's it going? We need a chit chat. Maybe, by the way, chat fantasy football. Just FYI. We get a lot of tags there on Twitter, and it's made me curious about your content. Anyways, good. At least you're only freezing on one side. Also, our new koozies are in here, and I love them.
I still don't have one.
Hey, you've been sick, but look, when I drink.
That's true. They came in while I was sick.
When I drink, it shows the other logo on the bottom. Anyways, should we talk some football?
Let's talk some football.
Cool.
I was actually just pulling up our Instagram here. I know I already answered these people.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to go ahead and discuss them anyways, or
yeah, I do.
Because I mean,
okay, so James has a question here, and this is a glaring one, right? So, what are you doing with AJB? AJB.
Okay. Corey had a mini stroke there. AJB. What you doing with AJB?
AJB, which, yeah, I got a lot of him, same, and I'm holding him most leagues, but I've had a lot of questions in Sleeper about him. Yeah, I mean, I've got him in quite a few leagues. Also, the problem is he's like a first or second, like early second round pick in a lot of leagues. I mean, he went super, super high. So hanging on to him. I actually bought low in one league on him, but in a deal with McCaffrey when he was hurt. So I got them both when they were hurt. Yeah, I mean, you're hanging on to him. I mean, if you think you can get fair trade value out of him, maybe, but I doubt you're going to get fair trade value out of him. I think he's going to end up doing fine. I think it's just taking a lot longer than we all want it to.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you're going to get fair value out of him if you try to trade him. Everybody's going to try to buy low because that's how people trade, right? It's
Yep.
look recency bias.
Yep.
So I definitely don't think you'll get fair trade value out of him. If I've got him, I'm hanging on to him. And if I don't have him, I'm trying to buy low on him because I do think that ship will get righted.
Yeah, I agree. I'm wanting him. So
pardon me.
I don't know what's going on.
So with AJ Brown, if you're competing, what veteran would you 1-for-1 him? To trade away AJ Brown. Shoot. For another receiver?
Well, I was going to say wide receiver or what? Because that does matter.
I mean, if you're just trying to get another wide receiver and you just can't, like, you have to have a receiver now, like, I'd be trying to maybe swap him for guys like, I don't know, Diggs, Cup, DJ Moore, Jefferson, Hopkins, those kind of guys. Like, I'm not discounting him at all right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't discount him that much either. We got another one over here while we're thinking on that. Drop Allen Robinson, pick up Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. If you don't have anybody else you can drop, I'd be okay with that move.
You'd be okay with just dropping Allen Robinson at this point?
At this point, you know, I've lost faith in that offense.
I just have a feeling that.
But that's only if you absolutely have nobody else you can drop. Like,
I'm not dropping him until after bye week. I'm sorry.
I find it hard to believe that you don't have anybody else you can drop besides him right now. But if that's the case and you have to have a receiver to put you some points up, I'd rather have Emmanuel Sanders right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to have someone, you have to drop someone, pick someone up, because I'm guessing bye week is probably hitting. I know bye week's going to hit me super hard. I was going through my lineups last night, and there's something I'm struggling to put a full starting lineup in some because of injuries plus the bye weeks. I can't fill out a roster.
Yeah, I haven't gone through I haven't gone through any of my lineups yet except our live Vegas one. And like half our roster's hurt and the other half is on bye. So I don't know what we're going to do in that league this week.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I mean, James says if they're both guys on the bench, keep A-Rob. I agree, but I don't think that's the case here. I think he's needing one to start here in a bye week.
Most people drafted Allen Robinson to be a starter. They're number 1 or 2. If they went run back heavy, he's probably the number 1.
Well, are they on a bye this week?
The Bears? Maybe. Actually, yeah, I think they are.
So he's probably thinking.
I
actually can't remember if they are or not.
I can't remember either, and I'm trying to think of where I can go to look.
He's got Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, and Jamar Chase. Allen Robinson has been riding his bench.
He's got what again? Say it again.
He's got Kupp, Mike Evans, and Jamar Chase.
Oh, in that case, I think I'd just wait out Allen Robinson and see.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
see what happens then.
That means Emmanuel Sanders is also going to ride your bench. And Emmanuel Sanders isn't going to keep having these big games all the time because Diggs is going to have his big games. Cole Beasley's going to have decent games now and then. I don't think you're dropping Allen Robinson. You can afford to wait on Allen Robinson until he maybe gets some trade value or something like that. So
yeah, in that situation, I would wait.
Yeah.
So the buys this week are Atlanta, New Orleans, the Jets, and the Niners. So the Bears are not on bye this week yet.
Oh. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Yep. Any more questions? Just let us know.
James says, didn't someone trade A-Rob for Devonte Adams in your Redux League? Actually, I think that was you, James. I think that was you, buddy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
New Life
Hey,
says,
what's up, New Life? Good to see you again, man.
your thoughts? Was he here with you the last couple of weeks while I
Oh,
was
yeah. Yeah,
MIA?
back for return. I love
Very
it.
nice.
Thanks, New
Very
Life.
nice.
Appreciate you coming back, buddy.
Nice to meet you, New Life.
This is the other half of BoomBust, Kyle.
He says, your thoughts on Daryl Williams? Will he be an automatic RB1 or 2? No, I don't think so. And I think it's because of the way that offense is set up. I mean, if CEH wasn't an RB1 or 2, then I don't see Daryl Williams coming in and doing that. So I think they'll just lean even heavier on Patrick Mahomes if that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be somewhat the same. Yeah, I'm not really saying he's an automatic either, and I agree here. I think James is right over here. He says, I like Williams. I don't believe in CEH. I think that's kind of how we all feel. Williams could make this a committee. I think that you're right. I think this hurts CEH tremendously for the rest of the year, because I think this is about to become a timeshare where CEH already wasn't producing that well. I think this becomes a timeshare after this, and CEH owners are screwed. I think that's how I see it.
Yeah, CEH. I mean, you talk about a disappointment, just a disappointment all the way around.
But in his defense, it's not necessarily because of him. I mean,
some of it is.
Some of it is, but some of it isn't. So
when he does get the touches, he just doesn't really do much with them. So I don't know. I'm not much of. I like coming into the season. I really wanted to give CEH a chance, and he just hasn't done it for me. So I think you're right. I think it is going to end up being a timeshare.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Bars in the truck. Here, let's see. Let's see if I can get this show. There we go.
Bars in the truck. Huh? Okay.
Okay. Left field question of the week. My league gives points for return yards. Nice. Okay, that's different. Should I pick up Jamal Agnew since he's getting targets now, plus the Jags D to double up if he gets a return TD?
I don't know enough about return yard leagues.
I don't either, but it seems like
Jamal Agnew, sadly.
Yeah, these return guys. I do have. There was someone I was eyeballing the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, that would be a good if you had a league that did return yards, that would be a good one to have." And I can't remember. I'm guessing all the best ones are going to be gone though.
I'm trying to navigate over here and look at some Jamal Agnew numbers because I just don't know.
That is a left field question. I apologize. We're not more up to date on our return men.
I was gonna say there's not a lot of leagues that do that really.
Yeah. What's up, fantasy football guy? What's up, man?
I haven't had one that played that in a long time. So
he has a free spot with CEH on IR, and hell, it's the London game, and Lord knows that's true. I mean, London games. Who knows what's going to come from a London game, right? Woo.
So Jamal Agnew. So Jamal Agnew had 8 targets this last week.
That's pretty good.
With that kind of targets, I'd probably take a shot. I don't know who picking him up would require you to sacrifice. Oh, that was your comment about CEH on IR. Okay. Yeah. With 8 targets, 6 receptions, and return yards, yeah, I would absolutely take a shot on him then and see what happens. I mean, if it's a free spot on your bench, what do you have to lose?
It's true.
You know.
I'm looking at some return. Oh, Deontay Harris may have been the one I was looking at the other day because he was getting some good receptions. That's who I was thinking of, and he was also working as a return man. So I was like, oh, that's not bad. Jalen Reagor also works as a return. Yeah. Let's see. What's up, bald guy? How's it going, man? It's full PPR as well. With full PPR, yeah, I like that target count there for Agnew. That's for sure. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good play there, probably in your flex.
Yeah.
Cool. Took some quick research, but
Yeah,
I think that's a good.
I didn't realize he had that many targets this week.
He's also averaging like 31.3 yards per return, which is pretty good. He's got a kick return TD. He's also got a fumble. Never mind. Screw it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me get back up here. Hollywood Brown has been killing it. Will Rashad Bateman kill his mojo? What you think, Kyle?
I don't think so.
You don't think that'll kill his mojo?
No, I don't think they're really the same kind of receiver. Yeah, James said it best right after. Bateman will hurt Watkins more, I think, than he'll hurt Marquis Brown. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think that's going to be fine for Hollywood Brown. I would not be worried about that if I were you. I think James did hit that right on the head there, where he said Bateman will hurt Watkins more. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Got one of the wrong kind of cough drops. It's one of those that has the really potent, like, extra stuff in the middle.
Oh, good times.
It's rocking my world.
We got another one over here on YouTube really quick. Waiver wire pickup for defense. Started with Baltimore, then took a chance with Washington. Now on Saints, who have a bye. Any recommendations? It's hard to say. It depends on who's out there.
I was going to say, we were kind of talking about this last night on Panic Room with Cincinnati and the Jags being a couple with really good matchups this week.
Yep.
That are most likely going to be available on your waiver wire that you can go grab.
Yeah.
Even after waivers runs, like, you probably won't even have to put in a claim.
That's probably pretty true. That Cincy one, I think, could be an interesting pickup. Depending on who you got. The Colts, did we say the Colts too, maybe? Could be an interesting one. I know that they're available in a couple of mine.
They're available in some, but, you know, they were pretty good last year, and they've had some good games this year, so maybe not.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, they're playing against Houston, and Houston hasn't been as weak as we had all thought they were going to be. It said Arizona is available. Really?
Arizona's available?
If Arizona's available, I'd pick them up, and even if they don't do great this week, at least you have Arizona's defense.
Yeah. If you can get a hold of Arizona's defense to have on your roster, go for it.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, they're playing Cleveland, so it's probably not great this week for them. But I feel like that's a good defense having going forward. I think that defense has looked really good this year.
Yeah.
And honestly, okay, I'm looking over here at the defensive rankings for the week on Fantasy Pros for week 6. They actually have Arizona at number 8 this week, the Colts at number 7, the Bengals at number 9. So they're all kind of there together. So I would say go ahead and capitalize and get the Cardinals on that, because you'll want to use them for future weeks.
Yeah, they're your best bet season long for sure.
I agree on that. Yep. All right, let's see. New Life. Yep, makes sense. He was talking about Bateman hurting Watkins more. Okay, Damon the Beast. What up, buddy? Cook and Woods for Thielen and Aaron Jones. Dalvin Cook and Robert Woods.
I'd rather have Cook and Woods.
Yep. Cook and Woods on that one. Cooking them trees, baby. Yeah, I agree with that. So do that for sure. Let's see. What up?
Our buddy Nick's in here in the chat.
Yeah, what's up, Nick?
You don't get any advice because of the league you happen to be in against us. Sorry about your life. Who should I pick up this week? Jonathan Taylor ruined my week. I mean, as far as waiver claims goes this week, I'm thinking probably Daryl Williams got to be at the top.
Yep.
If you're needing a running back, I don't know if you need a receiver. I don't even know. Honestly, all of my leagues have a ton of receivers on waivers, so you could probably go pick them up anywhere. But
I would say like Tony. Tony's probably going to be available out there
Darius
a lot.
Tony's a good one.
It doesn't
Yeah,
look like he's going to get a suspension. It's the Giants. They're trash, right? So they're not going to suspend him. Yeah, I think he's just going to get a fine and then he's going to be good. But he looked really good.
that's true.
So
He did. He had a really, really good game.
I mean, he just looked really good. So I would probably go after Kadarius Toney there, and then another one that I would think on is Josh Gordon if he didn't get picked up already. I know I picked him up in a couple leagues just to stash him. I'm curious to see how that works out. He's going to be worked in slowly here, so you're going to have to be patient, but you're going to have to pick him up before he breaks out, and who knows when that can be. That could be at any time now.
He was already playing and a little bit involved this week, so
Right.
I mean, it's
so that means next week could be
very little involvement, but there was some involvement. So, I mean, that's not a bad stash if you're looking for a longer term, kind of wait and see kind of deal.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. From Bald Guy, how does Dallas D look good for a streamer? I would say absolutely. If they're available and you can stream them against New England.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Diggs out there against Mac Jones. Give me that.
Yeah, all day long.
How many interceptions do you think he get?
He might actually surpass Ayuk on catches this week.
He probably will.
So yeah, that's a good streamer too if you can get them.
Yeah, if you can get Dallas D, I'm not sure how many leagues they might be available in for me. I'm guessing pretty much none. Oh, here he goes. He says, yeah, Diggs. Yep, he already said it. He knows. Yep.
Oh yeah.
What about Booker? Yeah, I mean Booker is depends on how much fab you're willing to spend on a temporary person for your team, right? I mean, it's a rental, and then you'll probably have to sit him for 2 weeks, and then he's back in again because we all know that he's gonna get his chance again. So
I didn't
Barkley always gets hurt.
I didn't really think about Booker because I feel like Booker was pretty much not available in most leagues. Everybody who had Barkley tried to handcuff him. Everybody who didn't have Barkley wanted him because they knew Barkley would get hurt probably at some point. So he was one of the, better backups coming into the season. So if he's available, yeah, I'd rather have him than Daryl Williams, I think, short term.
Yeah.
But for the long term, I think, Daryl Williams will have more value the rest of the season.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle, I'm going to have you watch bottom of chat when people are responding to different things because I'm trying to keep up with our questions up top. So you just keep up with that. Bald Guy wants to know where Dallas's D is ranked. They are ranked. They're the number 4 defense this week. And their matchup rating is a 9.9 with a flame beside it. So I would say go for them. Yeah, for sure. My initial thought was Diggs.
Bald Guy's down here being a smart aleck. He says, because I made that comment about Diggs surpassing Ayuk on catches for the season. He said, well, Ayuk's on bye, so I'm hoping so. that wouldn't even matter. Honestly, Ayuk could not be on bye, and Diggs would probably surpass him in catches for the week.
Because Ayuk could probably get 1 catch, and
for the year.
Diggs
They're already sitting at Ayuk, 7, and Diggs was 6 or something like that.
Yep.
So, I mean,
and maybe Diggs gets 6 more just in this one game alone.
It's possible.
Alrighty, new life. James Robinson against the Titans or Daryl Williams versus the Giants, half PPR. I'm going to go with James Robinson on that one.
Same. Yeah.
Yep.
Better workload.
We know what to expect from that. It seems like they're now leaning on James Robinson a lot more, feeding him the rock like they should have been all along. That Titans defense, not great. So, yeah, I'm going to go James Robinson on that one. Let me see what they have. Oh, yeah. Wait, is that right? Is James Robinson? He's not playing the Titans, right? James Robinson's playing Miami. Definitely James Robinson.
Yeah, James Robinson's playing Miami. Yeah, definitely James. Well, I mean, it was James Robinson either way. But
yeah. Well, and Daryl Williams is playing Washington.
Daryl Williams is playing Washington.
What week
Where
are you on,
getting
bro?
your information?
Wrong week.
Someone's lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Maybe he's asking a week ahead of time here. I don't know, Ace.
He's trying to test us, and
I think that's right. I was just like,
we fell into the trap. And see, now we got to run a correction. Now nobody trusts us.
Either way, on any of those matchups, you're still going James Robinson versus the Titans and or Miami, but definitely against Miami. So this week, definitely James Robinson there. James over here, Fantasy Cockpit, says Booker worries me. I mean, anyone on the Giants offense worries me playing them, but
yeah, Booker worries me a little bit just because Daniel Jones is out. That's the part that really has me concerned. You can't really rely on Glennon to keep defenses as honest. So, I mean, if you need running back help or a flex for the bye weeks or injuries or whatever, like he's not. You could do worse. But yeah, I'm definitely not grabbing him. Hoping I'm not spending a ton of fab money on him.
not at all.
Hoping that he's going to be my RB2 the rest of the year or whatever. Definitely
you know what's sad? I had Booker in a couple of leagues. I went and picked him up, and then I dropped him. Of course,
did we drop him in Truth Serum? Because I don't remember seeing him on our roster anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we dropped him. We dropped him in a couple of leagues just because we had so many injuries that we had to get players that were playing at the time. And now, look at us now, right?
I know.
Ayuk or A-Rob, bigger bust? I'm gonna go with
A-Rob, just based on where they were drafted.
Yep. The draft value there for sure.
And the fact that he's actually playing and getting targeted and not producing makes him, to me, a bigger bust than Ayuk, who's just on vacation or whatever he's doing.
Damon DeB says, thoughts on Aaron Jones? I like him.
Yeah, he's a good running back.
He's a good running back. Yeah.
He's got a lot of talent there. You know?
That's my thoughts on him.
I don't know.
I
don't know which thoughts exactly you were wanting, but we love him. If you have him, hang on to him. If you want him, go get him.
Yeah, I have him in a league. I trade for him. I'm keeping him. I'm not trying to trade him or anything. Aaron Jones, and you got to understand also, he gets better. He performs better late in the season, typically, from what I've realized. Because it gets a little cooler. They start running the ball a little bit more. Aaron Jones is worth hanging on to. He's a great running back. AJ Dillon is relieving him quite a bit.
I was just about to say, I think where a lot of people are becoming hesitant is because AJ Dillon's getting more work, but it's kind of the same situation you're seeing in Dallas, where Pollard is helping keep Zeke fresher.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got fresher legs when he is in, and he's looking incredible. Zeke looks the best he's looked in years. And I think especially down the stretch, you're going to start seeing that with Aaron Jones as well. So
yeah, we discussed this before the season started when they announced the 17. They extended the season, by a game. We discussed this then that a lot of these backfields you're going to see more splits for these running backs because they're going to have to make them last even longer. They're already having issues, and they're going to do it even more. So I think it was kind of expected. The only person that's not feeling the effect from that is Derrick Henry, it seems like.
Well, he's a freak of nature. So
yeah. So, yeah. So I wouldn't worry about that. Bald guy. Can the Bills trade for Hunt already and lock up a Super Bowl? Is that no joke or what? Dude, just go get. Heck, they could probably go get like Marlon Mack at this point and just probably win it all. Are you kidding me? Like, go get a running back. What are you doing?
It's kind of crazy because like Zach Moss gets a ton of work and he just doesn't do nothing with it. It's so sad, and Singletary is just awful. So I don't know, man. Zach Moss should be better.
There's a
He's
lot
just
of good ones out there that they could go get, and they just aren't, and I don't know why. Whatever.
I don't understand it.
Yep. Maybe they're afraid of what they have to give up. So, we got some bromance going in here with shout outs to Cockpit over there. Let's see. New Life, half PPR, Devonte Smith or Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I'm not touching Devonte Smith.
Especially as long as Gronk's out, Antonio Brown. Because he's
Devonte Smith, I wouldn't even have him rostered if I'm being honest.
It depends on how deep your league is.
If it's anything under 12, I wouldn't have Devonte Smith on my roster. 12 or more, maybe. But
depends on what you're looking at, I guess. I mean, depends on what other players are out there. That makes a difference, you know. Let's see. Oh, I didn't have that. I'll get that. Just saw the Sooner shirt. How about them Longhorns? Yep, they trash. They're back. Losers.
We were enjoying those Bevo burgers this weekend, baby.
Yum yum. Yeah. Charlie, what's up, man?
Nobody lays a cow patty like the Texas Longhorns.
Man, what a comeback though. Let's touch on that for a second. Charlie, hold on. So we were watching that game last night and we just kept talking about, man, these Sooners and their comebacks this week with Andrews and Hollywood Brown going off too. Woo, and their comeback. Boy, what a good week for Sooners and comebacks. Am I right?
It was perfect. I loved it.
Okay, enough of that. This is not a
college. But we digress.
Which two in PPR this week? Devonte, AB, Pittman, and Cooks. I'm going AB and Cooks.
Let me see. I want to look at something.
You gonna look up Pittman?
I want to look up who he plays. I can't remember who Indy plays.
I don't know actually either, but
they play Houston.
Houston.
Give me Pittman and Cooks. Pittman looked good last night against the Ravens. He had a pretty good night. So give me Pittman and Cooks going against each other in that matchup. I think that could be.
Yeah, I think I'm going AB and Cooks still. Just because I think if Gronk were in there, I'd probably lean Pittman. But since Gronk's still out, I'm still going AB. To me, that makes a difference.
We're not always going to agree. It's close. It's not like
it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Devontae's the clear outlier in that.
Yeah, agree.
Cooks is it for sure, and then Pittman and AB they're close. I prefer Pittman.
Yeah. Looks like Cockpit disagrees. He's wrong though, so whatever. Let's see. Why did this jump down? Hold on, I've got to jump way back up here.
You skipped one because
this
Kara's asking hers again. I saw it way earlier.
Huh?
Somehow we looked over it. Is that Damien Williams or Daryl Williams, Kara?
Are you getting Facebook ones? Oh yeah. Yeah, I missed. I'm not seeing that at all. Oh, there it is.
Or did someone?
No, it's right. It's right.
Oh no, it's a repeat. Okay, I was like, did it go away? What happened there? Okay, no, it's a repeat. I thought so. So I want to hit hers before we.
Yeah. Go for it.
Jump back up and get some of these other ones.
D. Williams, drop Singletary.
Daryl Williams. I wouldn't be against dropping Singletary for Daryl Williams. Singletary's worthless. Moss is the guy.
Why did that do that? This thing is jumping. Sorry. There we go.
So yeah, Singletary. I mean, he's pretty clear backup now. It would seem to Moss. Moss has been kind of driving that bus the last few weeks. So yeah, I'd be okay with grabbing Daryl Williams and dropping Singletary there.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. Nick has another one here. Different league, PPR. I need a tight end due to bye week. Henry, Seals Jones, Arnold, Njoku, or Ingram. I know what my answer is. Kyle, what's yours?
I'm going to say Seals Jones, followed by Henry. Seals Jones is getting ridiculous targets. He just picked up right where Logan Thomas left off. So I would start with him. If you can't get him, grab Henry.
I'd go. Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. I was Seals Jones for sure is my number one. I was between Henry and Arnold. That's kind of a toss up to me, but I would probably lean Henry because it's looking like they're having some good chemistry there for sure. Yep. So Seals and Jones and then Henry. I agree with that. Sorry, hold on. Let me see. Again, this has been jumping around. Extreme Cheers coach is going to reserve more. I think Monsters going to look recent. Okay. Josh. Welcome back, buddy. Been missing you. Thought we lost you on the sub because of Mike Williams. Hey, you were right. We were wrong. You're always right. We're always wrong on Mike Williams. Okay. Woods, Lockett, AJ Brown at flex. I played Mike Williams.
AJ Brown is your flex?
Dude, I've got AJ Brown as a flex in 2 leagues.
Good grief, man. Y'all are your opponents are failing in these drafts.
Here's my thing. I'm staying away from Lockett. I'm staying away from Lockett right now.
I'm not touching Lockett in my lineup until Russell Wilson's back.
And I'm probably not playing AJ Brown until he starts actually freaking producing. But Woods has only produced 1 time, so
yeah, I'm rolling the dice on AJ Brown, and out of those 3, I'm gonna put AJ Brown in every time.
Problem is AJ Brown's playing against Buffalo, and I don't
care.
Really like that.
He's matchup proof when he plays.
And I'm looking. Woods is playing against the Giants, who just got demolished.
I think you're going to see a lot of Daryl Henderson this week.
I was just about to say the same thing. That could be a run heavy game. So
and Sony Michel. This would be a good week if you got Sony Michel. Maybe throw him in your flex even against the Giants. I think you're going to see a
AJ
lot
Brown
of
and Woods. I do think that. I mean, we haven't seen much production out of either of them. Actually, Woods has only had 1, but I think that can become run heavy pretty quick. And I think that game plan could end up being playing against Woods there. I think AJ Brown on that too. And I know a lot of people over here said Woods, but I don't know that game plan plays well to that. No. How am I behind 39 chat messages? Holy crap. I'm trying, guys. Let's see. Why did you dislike Devonte so much? He's pretty good and gets a decent amount of targets.
I don't know. I just don't think he's that good.
I mean, I think he's good. I just don't.
I don't.
Over the other options, I
don't really trust the workload either. I don't know. It's hard to figure out exactly what they're doing with that rotation.
Yep.
Man, I'm falling behind on the chat too.
Amari Cooper or Antonio Brown this week, Kyle?
Cooper. Not even close.
Not even close?
Not even close.
Oh, I don't know.
The number 1 receiver for the Cowboys in there.
I was going to say Cooper as well, but I don't know if I would say not even close.
Number 1 receiver for the Cowboys versus the number 3 receiver for the Bucks. Give me Cooper by a lot.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay, maybe his potential hammy slowing him down even a little bit more, but
not what I was wanting to do. Hold on. I'm just going to look something up just out of curiosity here. Antonio Brown and Cooper. Yeah, I mean their scoring's pretty close to the same, and that's with but Cooper did go. No, I mean Antonio Brown missed a full game, and he's still the number 25 PPR to Cooper being number 15. Yeah, you're right. I was looking at standard scoring.
I mean he's been hampered a couple times by some injuries here and there and whatnot. Yeah. But, I mean, just the potential there for him, I feel like is so much higher.
No doubt. Okay, I'm going Cooper on that too. I had to do a little research on it, though. But I wouldn't say it's not even close.
I don't think it is that close.
Hold on. Who should I pick up this week? Nope, did that one. Dude, this is jumping around so much.
I know mine. Every time I try to scroll up to see what we missed, it just keeps jumping back to the bottom.
Yeah, this keeps jumping around. Yep, it just jumped to the bottom. So I'm gonna have to scroll back up here. Let's see.
It's driving me crazy. It keeps jumping back down. Sorry, guys. We're trying to get trying to figure out where we're at in the chat here.
Yeah, and I'm having to scroll through when other guys are answering the questions too. Josh, never lost me, just been busy. Love to hear that, man. Because it was right after you said you just lost a sub. I'm unsubbing or something.
It looks
and I was
like
like,
we're getting.
I might have actually.
Like we're getting a lot of repeats. Like
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's repeating some of these things because some of Nick's messages are showing up a second time down here now.
Yep.
And like I thought Kara repeated hers, but it actually just did the same thing.
Yep.
Although we did miss it, so I'm glad at least hers did.
Okay, here's one for sure. Should I get Higgins for Chris Carson? Not unless...
Depends on your roster, but I'd rather have Carson there.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I would rather have Carson over Higgins. Higgins is good, but Jamar Chase is the guy there for sure. Yeah, I'm keeping that one. Here's one that says Goff has been struggling. Hawkinson worth holding on to? Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Or
did you get this one from Mentality?
Huh? Hold on. I'm sorry, that was over. Probably not. Hold on. Depends on how far.
935.
935.
So
nope, didn't see that one.
Should I trade Marquis Brown for Henderson?
There we go.
If you can get Henderson for Marquis Brown, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. I'd do that as quick as possible.
Capitalize on Marquis Brown and get Henderson for sure. That's a good pickup. I agree with that. Yep.
Nick did. Who should I try to get for Lockett? I'm in an 8-man league, standard points.
Yep.
Probably anything you can. Are you wanting another receiver? Because if you're looking for another receiver for Lockett, I'd be targeting guys maybe like Thielen, Cooks, Jacoby Myers. You could do better than him probably. Sutton maybe, Antonio Brown, guys like that. Marquis Brown even.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Someone might be trying to do this sell high on Marquis Brown, but I think that's a good. Definitely try to get rid of Lockett though. Sell while you can, if you can, for sure.
If you can, get rid of him for sure.
Yep. Should I get Higgins for Chris Carson? Then he backed it up and said, well, my RBs are Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss, and Daryl Henderson. So I'm still questioning it.
So Carson's your fourth running back?
Well, I like Carson more than I like Zach Moss, but...
Yeah. It also depends on how badly you need a receiver.
I think you can get a better receiver for Chris Carson than T. Higgins, personally.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to trade Carson for someone, I wouldn't do it for T. Higgins, personally.
No, I think you can aim for someone more like, I don't know, Robert Woods, Keenan Allen. Guys like that.
Yeah, Keenan Allen would be a good buy low, probably right there for sure. I would maybe do that. Yeah, Cockpit says same thing. Lockett or Keenan maybe, but I'm not touching Lockett, so Keenan would be a good target right there. Carson or Daryl Williams?
Carson.
Yep.
I don't know what Daryl Williams is going to do.
And that's going to end up being a timeshare pretty heavily, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know what's going to go on there at all.
I'll be right back. I need to go.
Yep. Sorry guys. Some of these are doubling up here, having some. Okay. What are you thinking, Tony? Real deal nervous about these Giants. So yeah, I like Tony. I think Tony's been he looked really good. The issue is that what does that look like when Slayton and Shepard are back, and then they've got Galladay too, and Ross, if they're going to work Ross in there at all. Like, they have a lot of wide receivers there in New York.
They
Tony
do,
looked
but
really good, though. Really good.
I think they might have drafted Kadarius Toney with the expectation that he would run number 2 opposite Kenny Galladay. Sterling Shepard's playing really well, so maybe he ends up number 3. But I don't think Kadarius Toney will have any problem overtaking, Ross or Slayton to be that number 3 behind Galladay and Shepard.
Yeah, I think he just looked too good, and there was some good. Well, there's good chemistry at least with. I don't know about with their backup here, but Danny Dimes had some good chemistry with him, so that'll be interesting. But I'd pick him up now. I would. I think he's probably the real deal. He looked hella good.
Yeah, kid's talented for sure. He was just raw. They weren't sure exactly. They needed to work him in slowly, going from his college offense, to the pro offense, and kind of get used to that. But he looked up to speed the other night, so
he looked really up to speed. We've got one over here on Instagram. It says Dak has been targeting Schultz quite a bit, pushing him to 4th-ranked tight end. They seem to be able to move the ball a lot better than struggling Lions with Goff at the helm. I'm guessing that Schultz is probably
available. Is that a follow-up to that Hawkinson question, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what your situation is. Are you trying to trade here?
I would say if you're trying to trade him for somebody, I mean, I'm okay with it. It sounds like he has Schultz also. Is that?
Yeah, if you have Schultz already, then trade Hawkinson. Yeah, I mean, it depends. There needs to be some context here, I feel like,
or vice versa. I'd almost rather keep Hawkinson and try to sell high on Schultz.
Yeah, trade. If you sell high on Schultz, that's a good idea. Because right now his trade value is a lot higher. You can get more for him if you have him. If that's the case, I don't think
he'll keep up that pace over the whole season.
No, there's a lot of mouths to feed. It's going to be some boomer bust stuff in there for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. Gibson or Daryl Henderson from Damon to Beast. I'm guessing is that like a season long thing, like Gibson or Daryl Henderson, or this week? I'm not really sure what that question is asking.
I mean, honestly, I'm probably Gibson on both. Oh, he says season. Definitely Gibson for the season. This week, it was a little bit closer just for the week. But on the season, definitely Gibson, 100%.
I like Gibson a lot. I really do. So, yeah, I would go with Gibson there. If Carson or Williams was a start question this week, I like Williams trade. I like Carson. Oh, sorry. Trying to get through like what's questions and what's being answered by chatters. It's really confusing. There's a lot. Okay. Higgins, Myers, Odell, Julio, A-Rob, start to PPR. We got Kyle.
Give me Higgins and Myers.
Yep. Ditto.
Odell, A-Rob, not doing anything. Julio, I don't think he's even healthy yet.
I don't think so, not yet.
So, yeah, give me Higgins and Myers.
Yep. I'm going to say the same there. Will Devonte Williams take over this weekend?
I mean, not 100%. I think you're going to continue to see, a split between him and Gordon probably the whole season. As long as they're both healthy, I think they'll use them. Because it's the last year of Melvin Gordon's contract. So I think they're going to use him while they can.
Yeah.
And then next year will be Javonte's backfield. But, yeah, why not keep him healthy and keep him fresh? I mean, they're both doing all right. So,
yeah, might as well. Over here, going back to that Hawkinson one, Jay Gore said, no, it would be a waiver pickup for Schultz. Okay. If you can afford to get both of them on your roster, then I would do that too. Because I know it's unpopular to play a tight end in your flex, but
producing, don't be afraid.
I do it a lot. I have leagues where, you had Kittle and Pitts. I have Waller and Pitts. I have Kelsey and Pitts. Like, I'll play them both if they're producing. I'll play a tight end in my flex, no problem. So if they allow you to do that, then that's good to go too. If you have someone else you can drop and pick up Schultz, definitely try to have both of them on your roster. I think that's a
Do
good
not
plan there.
drop Hawkinson for Schultz.
Yeah, do not drop Hawkinson for Schultz. Agree with that. He said, "Okay, I'll hold on to him. Thanks again. Loving the live show. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for dropping in here." Let's come here. Nick. I have Kelsey and Pitts in a league. Hey, look at that. Speaking of the devil, keep Pitts as a flex or sell high. In my opinion, I would keep Pitts as a flex and as your bye week or injury backup. I had multiple leagues where I had Kittle and Pitts, and thank goodness that now Pitts can step in for Kittle being on IR. So
except for this week when Pitts is on a bye, it sucks. But yeah, like me personally, I would prefer to keep him also. But it also depends on your roster. If you're needing running back or receiver help, I mean, it's not going to hurt anything to sell high on him either. So, I mean, it just kind of depends on if you need help at other positions or not. If you don't, if you're okay at running back and receiver, then yeah, definitely just hang on to him.
Yep, I would agree with that. All right, let's hit up Joey here really quick, and then I've got some more Instagram questions coming in. Trade Edmonds for Claypool. And then it says, I got Robert Woods, Sutton, Marvin Jones, Chenault. Oh, yeah.
Gibson, Mitchell. I'd probably just hang on to Edmonds.
You think? I mean, I know we're not. Well, it's
yeah.
Claypool. Sorry, I was thinking Deonte.
Yeah, I'd probably just hang on to Edmonds there for a little bit of running back depth. I'm not crazy about Edmonds,
and we don't know about
enough
Mitchell
at receiver. I feel like I would just rather have Edmonds.
And we're not 100% sure on Mitchell in that role and what that looks like yet, and when he's going to get hurt, because that seems to be a 49ers running back thing. So, I feel like Claypool, compared to the rest of those guys, I mean, he's not really a step up from those guys. My bad. I was thinking Deontay Johnson there. I was like, yes, but with it being Claypool,
Deontay,
with it being Claypool, Claypool's not a big enough jump to make that worthwhile. I'd rather have Edmonds as a backup because Edmonds is not getting those goal line carries, but he still produces some points. So he's still a decent flex.
You know, I was just sitting here thinking, reading this chat, we ought to just get James on here for a little bit, answering questions with us.
Maybe sometime. Not tonight. It's too late.
He's in the chat doing it already. Might as well put his pretty face on the camera.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier because chat's hard to keep up with when it's got that because it keeps jumping around. Also, should I pick up Myles Gaskin? Someone dropped him in my league. If you could pick him up without dropping someone that's worthwhile, then maybe if you have someone that you can afford to do that.
Yeah, but if you got an empty spot or someone that is never going to touch your starting roster, then yeah, I'd make that move.
Yeah, because here's the thing though, Gaskin's not going to produce like that probably ever again in his life. Whatever game plan that was to pass him the ball 10 times, he was 10 for 10 receiving. That was ridiculous. I don't see that probably keeping up.
No, but it's worth, if you, like you say, if you have an empty spot or something like that,
yeah,
it's worth picking up and seeing.
Or pick him up and then try to trade him really quick.
Maybe they're trying something different with him. Who knows?
Maybe.
You know.
But maybe pick him up and then try to trade him. That would be clever. All right, let's go over here to Instagram really quick. What's your take on Damien Harris rest of season versus Latavius Murray and Myles Gaskin in PPR? So, I'm just going to touch on, we just touched on kind of Myles Gaskin and kind of what we see with him. Latavius Murray, I think he's still not the most dynamic running back on that team. Tyson Williams is the most, he's the best running back on the team. I'm sorry. In my opinion, I think he's just the most dynamic.
I thought it was pretty obvious too last night watching.
I mean,
Tyson Williams looks better and stuff. Like, I don't understand.
They just don't trust him. They don't trust him at all. So, and I don't know why. So Latavius Murray is getting a bulk of those carries for sure. Damien Harris, it's hard to trust a running back in New.
Was it Damien Harris or Williams? I thought it was Williams.
Damien Harris.
Oh, I thought you said Damien Williams.
No. Damien Harris, Latavius Murray, and Myles Gaskin.
Yeah, that's easier than for me. Damien Harris on that.
Yeah,
I thought
I
you
think
said Damien Williams, so I was trying to, since he's not going to be in there the whole year, I was trying to
no, yeah,
weigh
Damien
that
Harris
part.
and I think Damien Harris as well. Not by a lot. I'm not excited about Damien Harris, but he's the best out of those three, I feel like.
Yeah.
What's up, JV Show? Nice to see you, Johnny. Johnny joins us on our Sunday Central all-day broadcast there. He joins us for the first slate of games to broadcast
You over there on
that first slate.
Instagram?
Yeah, he's over here on Instagram. Our Canadian buddy.
What up, brethren?
Let's see. Marvin Jones, Renfro, Julio. We already did that one, didn't we? See, these are doubling up.
No, we didn't
No,
do
that's
that one.
different. That's a different one. Josh, got it. Marvin Jones, Renfro, Julio, A-Rob start 2.
Again, A-Rob's not doing anything, and I don't think Julio's healthy yet, so give me Jones and Renfro.
Agree. Let's see. Tua is coming back this weekend. Will Waddle be relevant? Wondering if I should keep him or drop Waddle. Here's the problem with Waddle is I believe Devonte Parker is coming back as well. So
Waddle
what
was
that
doing
looks like, I don't
okay.
know.
Waddle was doing okay with Devonte in before. I think Tua is definitely more vital to Waddle's numbers than whether Devonte Parker's playing or not. So I don't think pardon me. I don't think I would start Waddle this week just yet, to his first week back.
That's what I would say.
But
do not drop.
Definitely keep him. Do not drop him. He'll be usable again.
I actually have Parker and Waddle on the one roster that I have Waddle. I actually have them both. I am not dropping Waddle because I want to see what that looks like. Keys over here said thanks. That was his opinion on the Damien Harris, Gaskin, Latavius Murray one too. So gave Keys a little bit of confirmation there. JV Show says brought y'all some maple syrup fresh from Canada, eh? I love it. Hey, you're speaking fantasy football cockpits language over here.
I know, man. Tell him come over here on YouTube so that
we'll get a Friends Up North episode next week or something.
Canadian brethren together.
It was a busy weekend having Canadian Thanksgiving or whatever this week, so
yeah,
they were all kinds of busy. We got Craze over here. What's up, Craze? We got Fantasy Shot Callers. What's up, guys? Other members of the Fantasy Football Network joining us over on IG. Let's see. Let me come back over here. Is Fournette a consistent RB2 from now on or no?
It's looking like it.
It does look like it. Oh, what's up, Al? How's it going, man? Nice to have you back.
I remember him from before I got sick. So
yep.
he's an OG now. So
oh yeah, and Pro Football Craze over here, also a Canadian. So we got JV Show, we got Craze, we got Cockpit, we got the whole.
Listen, network's got half the country of Canada in its pocket.
I'll tell you,
y'all ain't ready for the Canadian invasion here.
Oh, I love it. All right. Yeah, I think Fournette is looking like a good RB2.
Yeah.
For sure.
As much as it pains me to say it, yeah, I think he is.
Let's see. So the S on Fournette. Zach Moss and A-Rob for David Montgomery. Who won the trade?
Whoever got Montgomery.
Yeah, I agree. I think Montgomery was a good get there.
Even though he's not playing for a while, I'd rather have him.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only reason you got that trade is because he's not playing for a little while. So, yeah. I agree that David Montgomery wins on that one. I traded Knox and Emmanuel Sanders for Terry and TJ Hawkinson. How did I do?
You destroyed him in that trade.
Yeah, what a deal.
You murdered
Knox is doing good, but TJ Hawkinson's going to do better. And so...
Yeah, you murdered that poor opponent.
Yeah,
friend.
I think you did well.
Friend, you destroyed your friend in a trade.
Let's see. Cockpit says JV. I'm in Winnipeg right now too. Cool. And then Fantasy Shot Caller is over here on Instagram. Says I'm Canadian in lineage. My mom was born and raised there. Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Now that counts. You still fit in there.
I've eaten enough syrup on my pancakes in my lifetime that I'm probably part Canadian too. This
Let's see.
This part's Canadian.
That part is as big as Canada too.
Also true.
All right, let's see. Still not sure if I should trade away TJ Hawkinson because the past couple games he's been getting double teamed.
I wouldn't.
I mean,
Unless you just have another stud tight end and you need help at another position, I wouldn't be trying to get rid of TJ Hawkinson.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I'm keeping Hawkinson. Any consideration for Claypool over Lamb?
Nope.
Mike Williams for sure. I'm just kidding. That's like saying Jesus while you're in church. It's always the right answer. With Josh, I just got to say Mike Williams and I win.
No, it's CD over Claypool all day.
Yeah, all day, dude.
Week, season, lifetime, all of it. Lamb over Claypool.
Yep. College statistics, everything. Just CD Lamb for sure. So no consideration would be the answer to that.
The answer is no consideration.
Yes. See, Josh is finally listening to me about Mike Williams. Mike Williams, it is. He's finally listening to me about Mike Williams. I've been trying to tell him for weeks now. Mike Williams all the time.
I remember right before I got sick, we had that whole deal about Mike Williams, and then I messaged him on Insta saying, "Hey, we need to have you on to rub it in our face," because we all said no. And then I got sick for 2 weeks. So I just want Josh to know I didn't forget about that.
I am gonna say though, last week when I didn't pick Williams last week, and that's when he was like, "Oh, I'm over with this. I'm over you guys anyways." Lost the sub or whatever. Faking it, of course. Just like my wife. Anyways, so not the point. In my defense, he did only get 2.1 points that week when I didn't choose him. So I've been right 1 out of 3 weeks now. So
I just smacked my funny bone on the table.
I'm not an offer, so that's good. This is cockpit. Wait, Claypool or Thielen? There we go.
Claypool or Thielen, season or week? Honestly, it's probably Thielen either way.
Yeah, because they're both kind of gonna be boom or bust, but I feel like Thielen gets more in zone opportunities. Period.
Yeah.
And so I'm going Thielen just because of those end zone opportunities. Yeah, he hasn't been necessarily performing. In fact, let me look up Thielen really quick just so I can talk with a little knowledge here. Yeah, his last 2 weeks haven't been great. Like week 4 though, he had 8 targets, but he only caught 3. So, but last week was a bit concerning. 2 receptions on 3 targets was all, but that's an outlier, big outlier. So, and they were playing Detroit, who is easy to run against. So, and then it was just Jefferson when they did pass it. So I would say Thielen on that. And I'm just looking at his. Yeah, I would go with Thielen on that. Okay. There you go. Luke. Just like the wife. I'm glad you caught that, Josh. Appreciate it. That's pretty funny. All right, let's see. The guy changed his mind and will only give me Josh Jacobs for Marquis Brown. Should I still do it?
If you need a running back, I would.
Yeah,
I'm assuming Marquis Brown is, like you say, probably your 3rd or 4th receiver.
Yeah, it depends on what
you really need running back help. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not Daryl Henderson, obviously, but you could do worse. I feel like I'm not a big Josh Jacobs fan, but if you need running back help, I'd be okay with that move. Yeah,
I agree with that. And Josh, you're correct. Williams had to be have one bad week. I agree. That's why I kept calling for the bad week to happen. I knew eventually I would hit. So I was wrong for like the first 2, and then on the 3rd one, I fucking nailed it. I'm just saying.
And then he bounced back.
And then he came back really strong and scored enough for 2 games and the next one just to make up for it. So yeah, Yeah, actually, Mike Williams, let's see, where is he sitting? Oh, yeah, the number 2 overall wide receiver in PPR and number 1 in standard. Ridiculous. The number 11 overall player in PPR.
It's just stupid.
Wow. Okay, let's see. Luke wants to know, can A-Rob get better towards the end of the season? Can he? Yes. Will he? I don't know. I think he can, just because I think Justin Fields is going to get better as time goes on, right?
Yeah, as
So,
Fields gets more comfortable, he'll have a better opportunity for points down the line, but at the same time, his schedule also gets more difficult
and
as
my
the season
concern
goes
is
along,
Mooney.
especially after their bye week. So,
I'm concerned about Mooney because
yeah,
he seems to like throwing to Mooney quite a bit, and that makes me a little bit nervous. Um,
it's possible, but I'm not holding my breath. Basically,
yeah, I
I'm
agree.
not gonna depend on it.
I think he's just one of those that, like, you draft him high enough to where you're just hanging on to him because you're just hoping you get some sort of return at some point. You don't want to drop him. Um, but some of my leagues, I'm already losing so bad that I went ahead and traded for him, just hoping that I could get a. I mean, you get him for cheap right now, right? Because people are considering dropping him. So some people are willing to take something instead of nothing, right? Because people are considering dropping him. So you can offer something really low and get A-Rob right now and sit him on your bench and just wait, which is essentially what's happening for me in multiple leagues. So you can get him for cheap. Kyle, I have regrets on our Vegas league trade there, Carson and Robinson for, what was it, Swift and who?
I don't even remember now.
I feel like it wasn't a great wide receiver that we traded away, so I'm not super worried
No.
about that. But I feel like it was almost like a Robinson and Carson for Swift kind of deal, and I'm still not super happy about that with Carson getting hurt right away, and yeah, and then Allen Robinson just being worthless. So
Looks like Mentality had a follow up there to
yeah,
the
I was
Josh
getting there.
Jacobs.
Here, playing in an 8-man league, current receivers are Hopkins and Ridley. My running backs are Chubb and McCaffrey.
So Jacobs or Brown, it doesn't really matter. I'd probably go with Jacobs there just for depth at that running back position.
Yep, I agree. Because yeah, you're not starting Brown over Hopkins or Ridley. I'm guessing you have a flex there too.
Yeah,
But
I'd go ahead and get Jacobs there.
I think so too, because it's harder to fill in. It's way harder to fill in an injured running back than it is to fill in an injured wide receiver. Let's see, Josh. Me too. Trade P. Ryan and Crowder for A-Rob. Okay, so 2 waiver wire guys for A-Rob. Yeah, that's fine.
That's worth a shot. Yeah, I'd take a shot on that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a pretty good deal there. Let's see, Luke. I don't want to drop Alexander Madison because I feel like Dalvin is going to get hurt again, and I don't want to miss out on the points.
Yeah,
Alexander Madison is one of the most valuable handcuffs, no doubt about it. He's
sure.
not on, before the Cook injury, he wasn't on many waiver wires. I think one league that I'm in out of 10, and that was our 8-man league that has roster limits. You can only roster 5 running backs. I think that was the only one he was actually available in. So, yeah, I don't know that I would want to drop Alexander Madison either. I think he might be, if you're needing to open up a spot, maybe trade him to the Cook owner, and then and you might be able to get some good value out of him there, because he's definitely recognizing the value of that. So you might be able to get some good value out of him, actually.
The one league that I have Cook in, I was able to grab Madison off of waivers when he got hurt, just out of dumb luck.
That is dumb luck, actually. That's really
Very
lucky.
dumb luck.
Let's see.
It was Roll Tide.
Really?
Yeah. The week he got hurt a couple weeks ago or whatever, the first week he missed.
Wow.
Madison
I
was
missed
just
that.
sitting on waivers. I just went and grabbed him. I was like, okay.
Wow. Let's see. Mentality. Other running backs are Damien Williams, Mixon, Miles Sanders. Other wide receivers are Julio, Sutton, and Shepard. Mixon is current flex.
So I mean, you're pretty even at running back and receiver, whatever. I'd rather have Jacobs than Brown just to keep building that running back depth.
Yeah, you might as well.
I'm never opposed to building as much running back depth as possible.
And that's running backs that your opponents don't have.
Exactly. That's a defensive.
That is a good defensive move.
That's a
as well.
defensive stock up move right there.
Yep. Agree.
Yep.
And then who knows? Maybe you can package him with somebody else and upgrade one of your wide receivers. I don't know, your flex or something. Who knows? Because someone is bound. If you have that many running backs, someone else is bound to need a running back. I mean, it's an 8-team league, but you can still pull something off there, I bet.
Put you in a power situation. When you have that many good running backs, it puts you in a power situation for helping your own team with trades and stuff, but also, like you say, just keeping them out of the hands of everybody else.
Well, with bye weeks now starting up, you got bye weeks starting up. You got a lot of injuries this year. It's worth having those running backs for sure. Yep. All right, I feel like I had more that had come in on Instagram before. Okay, here's one from Gabriel on there, who actually jumped in here earlier, but had to leave. What do you think about trading Chris Carson for T. Higgins? Oh, did that come up earlier?
Yeah, we talked about that one.
I already have Jonathan Taylor, Daryl. I said, oh, he must have jumped in here and I missed that. Okay, my bad. I was just going through them. Should I drop AJ Green for Tony? I would.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I would definitely drop AJ Green for Tony. Let's see. Should I do this trade? I would receive Thielen and Aaron Jones and would give away Hunt and Lamb.
A lot of that depends on what your roster looks like, I guess, but
Hunt's producing, bro.
Hunt is killing it. I don't know. I like having Aaron Jones on my roster too, though.
I would agree with that. And he's the number 8 running back right now. Hunt is the number 5. He's 6. So they're pretty even there. So you're not getting a huge. I don't even know if I'd say it's a upgrade per se.
I was gonna say it's pretty close to a push at running back. And then
Thielen and Lamb, I'd probably
Lamb's a much better receiver.
So I would say probably not. I would say keep Hunt and Lamb on that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Josh, Gronk over Knox and Schultz if he's active.
Yes.
Yes.
If he's active, yeah, totally.
He's not going to be active this week, though. I think
he won't be active this week, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know when he's going to be active again, but when he's active, Gronk over those guys, yeah.
Yeah. Dang, you got all 3 of those guys? Bro, nice. If that's the case.
Well, nobody drafted Knox or Schultz.
I know, but dang.
But so it's like if he went and picked them up early.
On the waiver wire?
I don't know, man. If he went and picked them both up early.
Hard to say.
He's like us and stocks up on tight ends.
No doubt. Zach Moss or Daryl Williams for the week?
I forgot who Daryl Williams is playing. Oh, they're playing Washington, right? So Daryl Williams against Washington, Zach Moss against Tennessee. Give me Zach Moss.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing. Zach Moss, that Tennessee defense is not good.
They're not great. The Washington run defense is pretty solid, though. So, yeah, I'd be going with Zach Moss there. Daryl Williams, I mean, CEH ain't doing nothing. I don't expect Daryl Williams to come in and do anything. So,
yeah, I would agree with that.
James is wrong. Ignore James.
He's Canadian. He doesn't know any better, man.
They don't get the Kansas City games in Canada, I guess. So,
yeah, they don't want those Kansas City games. Yeah, I just don't know.
Against the pass games, they are weak. You're correct, but
yeah, I just don't see.
I don't see him getting a workload.
let's go to our trusty fantasy pros and let's just see for who are we looking at? We're looking at
Daryl Williams.
Daryl Williams is
21.
where is he on these rankings?
21 in the
Oh,
PPR. Zach
20.
Moss is 23. Like I still prefer Zach Moss there.
Oh, no, they've got Zach Moss at 22, Daryl Williams at 23, Devonte Williams at 21 in PPR.
You're not looking at weekly, I don't think. Or
Yep.
sir, you're not looking at something right. You're looking at the wrong week.
I'm going to share my screen with you right now.
Because I'm looking at it right now. It says Daryl Williams 21, Devonte 22, Zach Moss 23. Full PPR.
I've got.
I can't see that.
Don't you even worry.
I still can't see it.
How the hell can you not see that?
Well, because I've got my thing down because of the.
Oh,
I can see the chat.
It says Zach Moss 22, Daryl Williams at 23, and I'm in week 6 fantasy football rankings PPR.
That's what mine says. So why are they different?
Oh, I know why. Because I've got mine's on the premium account. I've got more things
you got
into it.
Okay. I was like, how the heck are they different?
Yep, that's why. All right, guys,
Okay.
sorry for that, but I had to show Kyle that I wasn't crazy. I mean, I am, but no, I clicked the wrong button. I am crazy, but not because of that.
Yeah, give me Zach Moss. Long story short, give me Zach Moss.
Yeah. How do I stop sharing that? I don't know.
James says they'll get a big lead and run it out. When have they ever gotten a big lead and still ran it out and not thrown it all over the yard with Patrick Mahomes? I can't think of a single time.
Yeah. I mean, are we thinking that Buffalo's not going to do the same thing?
They're not going to get a big lead and run the ball type of team. That's just not what Kansas City is.
Shot callers, also Canadian, says it's Zach Moss without question.
There you go.
There you go. I trust him. He's half Canadian. I mean, if we're looking at people running out the game on that, I mean, Buffalo running it up on Tennessee and then running out the clock too on an easier run defense,
which they actually did the other night against Kansas City.
Yeah.
So like, I believe Moss would do that before I believe Daryl Williams will do that.
Yep. Let's see. That's not English, so I don't know what that says. Oh, but they've had CEH. Okay. Should I start AJ Dillon at flex?
Stupid Canadians speaking French in our chat or something over.
Should I start? Hey, what's up, Harry? Harry's been in here before. Repeat customer. Are they customers if it's free? Should I start AJ Dillon at flex or over AJ Brown? I have Aaron Jones as my running back in PPR.
I wouldn't.
No, I would still go AJ Brown there.
Yeah.
AJ Dillon did look really good, and they threw him the ball quite a bit there, but I'm not gonna trust that that's gonna happen all the time. I'm going AJ Brown.
Yeah, totally.
It's one of those don't get cute kind of things. Don't overthink it. For me. So, Moss Williams bet. Probs for charity.
Yeah, I'll bet you. I bet you Moss does better than Williams.
Here's the thing. I'll do a bet that if we'll find one of your players to pull against us in one of our matchups. We'll each pull a player if we're wrong. Give the other person a leg up in that. So we'll come up with that.
I was just gonna bet him like $5 Canadian or something.
Shot caller says you can't trust Casey's run game until they trade for Marlon Mack. There it is. Buffalo needs Marlon Mack.
We'll bend the Marlon Mack truther.
Any trade value in San Francisco defense? It's hard to get trades on defense just because people stream them too much.
Yeah, I never trade for defenses or trade away. I don't even put them in offers. So.
Now, back in the day, I have done trades with defense in them years ago, but then everyone discovered the streaming strategy, and now most people do that. So I'm going to say probably not unless someone is asking for them, and then you can just move to streaming from week to week. You can become a streamer on that. I do have San Francisco's defense in a league, and I mean, I'm hanging on to him just because there's some, but I'm not ever including them in a trade. I feel like that's kind of an old school thing, and most people just stream defenses now. So
Yeah,
probably not would be the short answer to that.
exactly. You skipped Harry's follow up there.
Okay.
Do you think AJ or Devonte though? I'm still going with AJ.
Who's Devonte playing? Las Vegas. You got to think Tennessee's playing against Buffalo.
I'm just not to the point yet on AJ Brown having some down weeks where I'm benching him for guys like Javonte Williams and AJ Dillon. Like,
Oh,
I
AJ
just,
Dillon for sure, but Williams. I'm
I
gonna
think it's
look at this and
absurd.
actually I'm gonna look at it before I answer. Um, yeah, I don't love that production quite yet, but I love the matchup more than I do AJ Brown's.
I think we're trying to get too cute too quick with AJ Brown.
Just looking at some stats here. Yeah, I still think he's the go-to guy right there. Buffalo's going to have a stout run defense too, so they have to throw the ball some. Yeah, I think I talked to myself into AJ Brown as well. Yeah, and that could be me just thinking like, dang it, I love AJ Brown and I want him to succeed, and I've got him on enough teams that I need him to succeed. But I think AJ Brown's the safer bet there. Okay, let's see. I was gonna ask to do a donation bet with 3 matchups. Yeah, we'll talk offline. Cockpit.
Yeah, we'll get in touch with you. We'll figure something out like that.
Ridley or Debo rest of season? What's up, James? How's it going? Ridley or Debo rest of season, Kyle?
Give me Ridley.
Yeah, I'm also gonna say Ridley on that. I don't think Debo is able to keep that up. Yeah. So, Shot Caller says, I'm tired of all these Javonte Williams truthers. He's an exceptional talent, but he will not hold any fantasy value until Melvin Gordon is out of the equation. Yeah, I mean, he'll hold some,
He'll hold
but
some
he'll
value as
hold
like a
flex
flex,
value. He'll hold
but
the flex value, but that's about it.
I'll tell you where he's done me really good this year. I have one league where I went 0 RB, and I ended up with him really late. And him and Michael Carter have been my starting running backs so far this season in that league, and it's going pretty well. So he has some value, but it definitely, once Melvin Gordon's out of there, he's going to be a stud. He'll be a first round pick that year. The first year Gordon's gone, he's a first round draft pick, I think, fantasy that year.
Yep. Luke says, really hoping Mac doesn't go to the Bills because I traded for Moss. I just traded for Moss.
I don't. Is there that much smoke around Marlon Mack being traded? Because I've not seen it.
No, there isn't.
Everybody, I keep hearing
Mac
Marlon Mack going to
was
these
out with
teams.
his injury, and everyone's always like, "What about Marlon Mack though?" Like, no.
Yeah, I keep hearing it, and I'm just like, I don't think he's going anywhere
yet. Mac's just good, man. Everyone wants him to go succeed somewhere. Someone offered me Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase for Ridley. Am I taking it? Am I taking it?
Do you need receiver help? Because I mean,
Jamar Chase
is crushing it.
I mean, Jamar Chase is crushing it. So, I mean, that's pretty much a Jamar Chase for Ridley. But also, if you need wide receiver help, then with Tua coming back, especially, I feel like that's a pretty good deal, man.
Yeah, if you need an extra receiver, that's a really good deal, I think. Yeah. But Chase is crushing it. So either way, I think you take that deal. I think you ride that Chase wave.
Now, I like Calvin Ridley's schedule.
But I do love me some Calvin Ridley
for that. Woo. I don't love Buffalo in championship week for Calvin Ridley. That sucks, but it is what it is.
He says it's an 18-man league. His wide receiver 2 is Ayuk. I'm down bad right now. Yes,
do it.
Do the trade immediately.
Yep.
Do it right now.
Yep. Where is this?
That's what we're always talking about, man. Sometimes situation helps make a decision, whereas it's different in a vacuum.
Yeah, that context adds it to be an easy decision then. Cockpit here says same thing. He says Chase is doing what Ridley should be doing. Yeah, he really is.
Pretty much. Yep. Exactly right.
Though I did watch Chase. He got a 70-yard touchdown pass this weekend, and I swear that ball went right through the defender. I don't know how the defender didn't get it. He swatted at it and missed it by 2 centimeters or something. I don't know. Almost looked like it went straight through his hand. So, but it was good concentration by Chase, especially since he couldn't see the white stripe on the ball. So
James keeps saying send pics or what. I don't know if he's trying to get nudes from one of these guys in our chat or what's going on over here.
He wants pics of the trade confirmation, but probably also nudes.
Come on, James, man. Don't perv out. You just got married, bro.
Keep it in your pants, man.
You just got married. Come on, man.
He'll take whichever. I mean, he does have the word cock in his name there. Cock.
That's true.
He is the cockpit. This is no longer family friendly. We passed.
Oh no, that was out the window. That was out the window an hour ago when you dropped an F-bomb.
Oh yeah.
Talk about Mike Williams.
Daryl. Yep, you caught me. I knew it. I knew you changed your name because of that. I was like, that was
the whole reason.
National Coming Out Day.
He said, Omaha FF captain. That's not dirty at all. Let's change it up. It has to do with my job. Yeah, okay. We know why you changed it.
Perfect. It's a perfect name for you. All right.
Sex sells. Yeah, you're right. Sex does sell.
Agreed.
Well, that's why I'm on here.
That's right. Kyle's on here for.
I got a bigger cup size than Corey, so that's why I'm on here.
Beauty and the brain. All in Kyle there. I'm
the bearded lady. Yeah.
What am I doing with Keenan Allen? I'm starting him in my lineup if I have him.
I was gonna say I'm gonna hang on to him if I got him. I'm buying if I don't.
Yeah, if someone's selling low, I'm buying Keenan Allen. Now he's not RB1 material, but I'd say RB2 if you can get him for your flex, fantastic.
You mean wide receiver? I hope you mean wide receiver. Too.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, did I say RB? Didn't I?
You did. You're thinking Arby's.
He's not Cordero Patterson here. He's not doing both. Yeah, wide receiver. Then, yeah, he's not your wide receiver 1 like you drafting probably, but
also that's a beautiful segue, James, for us to tell everybody to come back tomorrow. I'll be here with Tony, finally debuting Wall Street, our Wall Street show.
Yep,
talking about holding, selling, buying. So everybody come back for that tomorrow night.
Yeah, come see Tony be nerdy AF.
We're going to be live. It'll be 10 o'clock Central. So an hour after this one started tonight. So, yeah, come on back tomorrow and talk with Tony about whether he's buying, selling, or holding certain guys. I don't know who we'll have some scheduled out, and then we'll leave some time to get with the chat. But should be fun. We were going to debut it a few weeks ago, and then I got sick. So we're going to finally debut it this week, and I'm really, really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot more in-depth analytical than y'all are used to seeing from like me and Corey.
Yep.
So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really, really good time.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And Tony is not last in Redux. He is sitting at 1-4 right now. Here's an issue we're having in Redux right now.
Oh, did they not adjust that for him?
Hold on. Let me speak about this here. So he's sitting at 1-4, but he's not 1-4. He is 2-3 as am I. It shows me at 3 and 2, 2 and 3. They did a point adjustment. They did give him his points, and they did a point adjustment because they missed a tackle from his linebacker. They did that. The points did not actually adjust on the totals, but it did jump the win over to him 99%, me 1%, but it still gave me the win. So there's a little bit of glitchiness going in there. His is highlighted, but in red instead of green. So we will both be 2 and 3, which will jump him up in a tie for, we'll all be tied for 6th place there, essentially. So no, he is not in last place, but what a weird glitch in the Sleeper app. Hopefully I get that fixed pretty soon. So, but I did add up the points.
Before he writes his dirty letter.
Right. They did add up the points. It is showing that he is the winner, but the points still show that he lost, and the records still show that he lost. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, let's see. Greg asked a question here. Should I drop Ayuk for Tony in waivers? At this point, I'm going to say probably yes. Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, I'd be ready to make that move at this point. Like I said, I'm over Ayuk in this. Will he play? Won't he play? Tango thing that we're doing. Like, yeah, at this point, I'm over Ayuk.
Yeah, Tony.
I think Tony's going to start getting quite a bit of work after his performance this week.
Tony looked good.
So, yeah, that's a move I would make.
Yep, I agree. I would do that. But it is tough because there was so much hype around Ayuk, and it's tough to just drop him. But at this point, it shows that it was just hype. I would be ready to make that move in a redraft league, which of course. But even, I mean, if Tony's out there in a dynasty league, you're picking him up for sure anyways. But
yeah. Hey, guess who already had him in Redux?
Right.
This guy.
What's up, wish list? How's it going, man? Thanks for popping in here. He's they're the same type of player, yeah, except that one has played in one game and outscored the other for their entire season. So
yeah.
So fantasy wise, not the same type of player, apparently. Drop Tyson Williams or Will Fuller.
Fuller. You can get rid of Fuller.
Fuller for sure. Here's my problem with Tyson Williams. He is the better running back there. He's the best running back probably they have on their roster right now. They're not trusting him, and I don't know why. But they did say the other day that I guess teams are inquiring about Baltimore running backs because they went from all of them. I think particular Williams, because obviously they're going out and getting all these veterans, and they're going to lean on those veterans. So I think some teams are making some calls about Tyson Williams, and so I don't see them making that trade. I think they want Williams on their roster, but I don't know why. I don't know why they want Williams if they're not going to play him. They'll get Gus Bus back. They'll get to back up Dobbins next year. So they'll have Dobbins, Gus Bus, and then whoever they could keep one of these guys for pretty cheap. So Williams is tricky just because what if he gets traded?
Yeah, I'm not ready to drop him just yet.
Yeah, I did drop him this week, though. I dropped him for Emmanuel Sanders, which got me the win and Roll Tide, which is insane to think. But it was just I was in desperation, and so I went for that big boom or bust player and put him in there because I needed a boom, and I got a boom, and it was ridiculous. It was a gamble. It paid off. But I'm not probably going to pick up Williams again because he's just taking up a spot on my roster that obviously Emmanuel Sanders is more valuable to me right now. So
if you have to drop Tyson, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is going to pick him up.
But if I'm picking one of those to drop, I'd rather drop Fuller right now.
Yeah, for sure. But Tyson Williams, you can drop him and probably no one else is going to go pick him up. So he'll probably just sit there. Let's see. Yeah, Williams sharing with Freeman and Murray, and then Bell. I don't know what's going on with Bell. That's weird. Team should be after Hunt and Mack, not the sloppy Ravens running backs. Tyson Williams looks good though. But I agree. I mean, you're going to get Williams for a lot cheaper than you are Hunt for sure. Mack, I don't know what kind of value, but
and that's the thing. Like, I agree, teams should be looking at those guys, but at the same time, real football versus fantasy football is completely different because they have to think about if you go and sign Kareem Hunt or trade for him, he's got a much larger contract than a Mac or Tyson Williams is going to have. They got to think about salary cap and lots of other things. So, yeah, while I agree with you, those guys should be at the top of everybody's shopping list. There's reasons why they might not be as well.
Yeah, and just what are you willing to give up for a running back? I mean, because they're going to cost a lot more too. Any thoughts on dropping Fuller, Beasley, or Kirk? Sure, and sure. Beasley, probably the best.
Do what? I was gonna say I probably wouldn't get rid of Beasley just yet. But
yeah, Beasley's going to be your best out of those. There's really no sense in keeping Fuller or Kirk at this point, right?
Nah.
I mean, that's Christian Kirk, right? Like, I'm
assuming.
I mean, that's the same with Rondale Moore, right? They're all going to have like their boomer bust. AJ Green's going to kind of be boomer bust. They're just kind of rotating those. DeAndre Hopkins is the only wide receiver I really want there.
Yeah.
So
right now, like in some of these games, Knox is getting some of Beasley's targets and stuff. I don't know if that'll happen the whole year, but I'm not ready to drop Beasley just yet.
Yep. Who should I package with Aaron Jones and who should I package Aaron Jones and Thielen for?
Depends on what your team needs, man.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like you told us earlier what that team had on it, but I forgot because it's been a while. I'm sorry.
Who should I package? I mean, again, that depends on what your needs are, and it depends on what other.
Depends on the needs of the people you're trading with, too.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot
that's
that
the
goes
main
into
thing.
that.
Because honestly, if you're trading away Aaron Jones, you better be freaking getting something good
Especially
back.
if you're packaging Thielen with them.
Yeah, that needs to be like a good deal for you. But it depends. Like, are you looking for a running back upgrade or are you looking for a wide receiver upgrade? Is Aaron, do you have that much depth? So wide receivers are Jamar and CD. Okay. Running backs, okay, here we go. Are Henry, Gibson, Aaron Jones.
Sit tight. You don't need to go trading for nothing, it doesn't look like. Unless you want maybe a tight end.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering is maybe a tight end upgrade.
Who's your tight end? Damon.
Honestly, I don't know that I like Kamara more than I do Aaron Jones.
I'd rather have
this year.
Jones.
I think I want Jones over Kamara, so I wouldn't do that. Noah Fant. You could afford to Adam Thielen and Noah Fant for a tight end upgrade. I would try to upgrade that.
I'd try to keep those running backs in place. I think I'd try to put Fant and Thielen together, maybe upgrade that. Yeah.
If he was going to move one of those, though, just out of curiosity, Kyle, do you think he should move Gibson or Aaron Jones first? If he was going to move one,
if he was gonna move one, I'd move Aaron Jones. I think I'd rather have Gibson.
Okay, I was just curious what you'd say.
I mean, that's just me. It's just to me, they're pretty close.
Yeah.
But personal preference, I prefer Gibson. He doesn't have an AJ Dillon siphoning some touches from him, but I guess he does have a JD McKissick. So that's.
So he has Logan Thomas on IR. So Fant's just filling in for him right now.
Yeah, honestly, if I was you, I'd just sit tight with what you got.
Yeah, I don't think
you're trading for the sake of trading in that situation, and there's just no point.
Jamar and CD, I could see an upgrade at wide receiver there.
You don't want to overtrade to your detriment.
I would almost rather package Thielen and CD and upgrade your wide receiver to a wide receiver needy team and keep Chase and upgrade that. If you're looking to trade, I would do a 2-for-1 wide receiver deal. I wouldn't break up those running backs at all.
No, I'd hang on to those running backs at all costs.
Logan Thomas is going to be solid when he comes back. If anything, I'm going CeeDee Lamb and Thielen and trying to upgrade there, packaging those two.
We need to hop back up real quick. Noah had a question in there between Damon listing his roster out.
Oh, Yeah, there it is. Okay. Should I start Devonte Smith, Zach Moss, or Damien Williams this week?
I'm going to go with Damien Williams.
I'm looking up the matchup here.
Playing Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going Damien Williams there. Just double check that I'm thinking something right. Yeah, Damien Williams. Okay, let's see. Devontae Booker, Devontae Booker or Daryl Williams in waivers.
Man, I don't know.
Neither.
I'm going to say Daryl Williams. Because, well, for one, I think he'll probably be starting longer than Devontae will. But then, like we were talking about earlier, once CEH comes back, I think that's going to continue to be a timeshare. So he'll probably still have some value even when CEH comes back. So,
yeah, I don't see Booker with that backup QB in as well. They're playing against the Rams defense. That's going to be so ugly, man. That's going to be just Glennon and I think I'm avoiding that situation right now.
yeah.
So I think I'm also going Williams, Daryl Williams there on waivers. If Samuel ever has sell Thomas. If Samuel ever has a good game, sell Thomas immediately. Okay. If he ever plays, Williams for me too. Okay. Yeah, that Giants O-line is hurt. They talked about that a lot this last game about how that O-line is just beat up, man. So, yeah, that whole team is just pretty decimated. I'm staying away from Booker, honestly. Devonte Smith at Tampa could be juicy. It could be. Yeah, I agree. It's not the worst. On season, I'm not high with Devonte Smith this week. I don't hate it. I agree that could be a really good matchup for him because they're not giving it to Miles Sanders.
They could end up. I guess they could end up doing with him what Miami did with Gaskin against him.
You think Sanders or you think Gainwell there?
Oh, sorry, I was talking about Devonta Smith at Tampa still. Wait. Which one did you read? Sorry,
Yeah, I was doing Devonte Smith at Tampa.
Okay, and then you said something else about Gainwell and what?
Well, because you said Gaskin, which is a running back.
Yeah, I'm saying I agree with this because of what they did with Gaskin against Tampa Bay with the passing game last week.
Oh, I think this jumped around on me. I don't know what's going on. I think my things are out of order here or something.
Isn't that right? Isn't that who Gaskin played was Tampa?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm seeing maybe a possible same situation.
Yeah, but I was talking about this random one up here that was just Devonte Smith at Tampa could be juicy. That's all I was commenting on was that.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I think because of that matchup, it could end up being Devonte could be this week's Gaskin because of that matchup.
Okay.
And then you said Gainwell, and I was confused.
Well, because Gaskin's a running back and Devonte Smith's a wide receiver, so I guess I was confused. Ravens or Cardinals defense rest of season? That's a good question.
Hold on a minute.
I only play in two leagues.
Listen, I think I've been messing up all night long. Devonte Smith, the receiver, versus Devonte Smith, the running back for the Ravens.
What?
I am so okay. Sorry, COVID haze.
How you doing over there, Kyle? You struggling a little bit?
Yeah, I think I am. Because
Devonte Freeman for the.
yeah, or not. Yeah, I haven't been messing up all night, but I was mixed up on that one. I had
Yeah.
the wrong Devonte. So we're gonna erase.
We'll delete that part of the film because that's just ridiculous. All right, let's go back to Ravens or Cardinals defense rest of season.
I need a break, brother.
No doubt.
My voice is fading too as we go here. Okay, I had Smith and Freeman mixed up on that question because I was reading and trying to answer.
All right, good. We're back on the same page now.
So we're gonna reset.
Baltimore or Cardinals defense from
Rest of
Damon to Beast.
season.
I'm trying to look up some.
I was gonna say I don't. It depends on what their schedules are.
Yeah. I'm looking up schedules really quick. Sorry, this one I'm not used to defensive questions in here, so I'm trying to look up what their schedules look like.
Just off the top of my head, I'm gonna say Arizona, but
Yep.
I need to see.
Because they really only play. They play Green Bay once. They play Carolina. It's not bad, and they play the Rams. But then their playoffs are Detroit, Indianapolis, and then Dallas. Dallas isn't great. A great matchup for Week 17 for them. So it's not great. Ravens or play the Rams on Week 17, so I'm not liking that. But they play Green Bay. Play Charger. That's actually a harder one than you would think. But
Yeah.
because of the Ravens playoff schedule, they play Green Bay and the Rams both in the fantasy playoffs.
And the Bengals. I mean, that's
It's not great. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with
Bengals, Rams.
I think I'm going with the Cards on that.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Yep.
I don't like that Baltimore.
That was a harder
schedule.
question than I thought it was going to be, for sure. Here we go. Start Gaskin, Boyd, or Devontae Parker and flex full PPR.
I forgot who Cincy plays, but off the top of my head, just first glance, I want to say Boyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at first glance, but now
They play Detroit. Yeah, go with Boyd.
Yeah, because Gaskin plays against Jacksonville. That's not bad.
That's actually not bad.
I would go Gaskin there. Because against Detroit, people are running the dang ball.
That's true. Mixon's gonna have a big day against Detroit,
and then Chase runs that play. So I'm saying Gaskin here.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the Gaskin. Yeah, well, you're right. People run against Detroit, and Gaskin. As much as you don't necessarily trust it, he did have a really good week. And if there's even a slight chance that he gets that kind of workload against Jacksonville, he's going to go crazy again. So,
yep,
I think that's a worthwhile.
This is why we talk these things through, guys. This is why we talk these things through. This is why we wanted to do this type of shows, because we want to do the research while we're here on screen, just as if we were doing the research for our own team. That's the point in doing this, right? That's what we wanted to do.
For example, looking up the difference between Devonta Smith and Devonta Freeman when you're trying to answer a friggin' question.
But now you understand why I was so confused by what you were saying, right?
I do. I had the two players. I had switched them in my head all of a sudden.
I was starting to second guess myself. I was like, Gaskin is a running back, right? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
We're almost done, Kyle.
I brain farted. It happens. I'm not perfect.
Oh, I'm down here. Yeah, Cockpit was catching it too. Lay off the NyQuil.
yeah, for real. I'm still halfway in my COVID haze sometimes. So.
Yep. Well, honestly, we have no other questions coming in at the moment, so we're probably gonna wrap this up, guys, because we have more recording to do tonight. so that we can bring you guys more entertainment this week. We will be recording our snoozers or losers episode right after we get off here. So we'll be recording that with Tony. That will play at lunchtime on Thursday. We are moving that to a lunchtime special on Thursdays. It's about a 35 minute show. So it's perfect for your lunchtime, so you can catch that. If you haven't already liked this video or subscribed to our channel, make sure you do that as well. It's free, and it helps us quite a bit. I think that's all I'm supposed to plug. So on that note, we're out of here.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining us,
See you
guys.
next time.
See ya.